I just had a download, I had an epiphany about people. Again. And I want to talk about it. This is the message that I figured out. People do not care about anybody. People, even normal people. This is about normal people, actually. They don't care about anybody. They only pretend to because the people that they're caring about give them a reason to care about them. And even the way they care about them is fake, messed up, toxic, manipulative, codependent, etc. You get the point. Chosen ones. When people walk up to you and they are actually kind to you, I'm talking about normal people here. They don't care about you. They're only being kind because they saw how you dressed. Or they heard that you were, let's say you're the principal of a school or something. Or they ran into you and they saw you, they know you from church and they ran into you. And they heard that you just got a really good job and you're making six figures or something, right? Make it up. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be, if it's a good thing in their eyes, if it's something that they want, like they're coveting your lifestyle or they're coveting your character, they're coveting your energy, they'll pretend to be nice to you because you're giving them a reason to be nice to you. Deep down inside, they do not care. They don't give they don't give 5 minutes of their day thinking about you. They do not care. The second they say, how are you? So good to see you. How's this? I heard that you did this or you got that, right? Whatever your scenario is. When you're done talking with them, okay, it was good talking to you. We'll catch up later. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure. Da da da. They get into their car or they go home and walk in their front door, and this is what they do. Hey, Marilyn, guess who I ran into? Yeah, I don't know. They're, da 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 da, weird. Something's so off. Da da da. Yeah, I don't know. I just said hi just because. I don't know. I don't care either way. That's what they do. They get into their car. Hey, I just saw so and so in the store. Yeah. Oh, isn't that the guy or the girl from? Yeah, yeah, I remember. Yeah. Hey, we went to school together, or we saw each other in church last Sunday. Yeah, I don't know. They were kind of in a hurry. That's weird. I heard their XYZ. I heard their kid or their parent or relative is in the hospital. That's terrible. Yeah, but I heard that they're having a lot of financial trouble. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, hey, why do you think they're here though? Yeah, why? That's weird. Why would they be here? That's what people do, chosen ones. I know, I may sound crazy. That's fine. That's what people do. I'm not even kidding. They don't care about you. Even normal people, between normal people, okay, I observe everybody. I see everything that I'm able to see. As long as my eyes and ears are open, I can observe the best I can. And even when normal people talk or encounter other normal people, they do not care about them. They are gossiping and trying to drag their name through the mud the second they walk away. And don't even get me started about what happens in the workplace. I'm not going to talk about that right now cuz maybe another time. But you get the point. That's what they do. I've observed, and I came to this epiphany, this download, whatever you want to call it. I came to this realization that even people who pretend to care about you, like you're the soccer coach and they have a kid that you're coaching on your soccer team, and that parent and you get along really well. I'm just throwing out a story here, a random story. You're a soccer coach. You're friends with a parent who brings their kid to your coaching lessons or your team. All right? You become friends with that parent because you can bond over soccer, and you bond over having kids that also like soccer, and you go to the same coffee house every Friday night. Okay? Or you met at the same parish church. Okay? Or, you you helped them out in some way in their life. Like you gave them somebody's contact to help them get through something or whatever it is. That parent, this is just a hypothetical made up story. As an example, that parent that's friends with this soccer coach does not care about the soccer coach. And the other way around, that coach doesn't doesn't care about the parent. To the soccer coach, this parent is just another entertainment in their life. This parent, doesn't matter the genders or the sexes, this parent is just a cool, experience in my daily life. I'll put it that way, right? This is going through the head of the soccer coach, right? Getting to know this parent and we bond over this and that. That's just an experience to them. They don't care about the parent. And same way, likewise, the parent sees that, oh, I got to take my kid to soccer practice. Oh, I get along really well with the coach. The coach and I became friends. Cool. The parent doesn't care about the coach on any level other than, hey, I have somebody to go to the coffee shop every Friday with. Yay. Oh, yay, I get to drop my kid off at soccer without being bored while I'm waiting there for the kid to be done. Because I can talk to the coach and we'll entertain each other, Everything is transactional, chosen ones, and people who are watching this who are interested in my channel. People are transactional. Nobody cares about anybody. And as time goes on, 2026 right now, it's almost over. It's going to be 2027. And I heard through the grapevine, through a little birdie, multiple little birdies in my vicinity, through work or through, people in my family that, may or may not know what they're talking about, but through the grapevine, I've heard that even listening to conversations from ordinary people in public, listening to older adults talk, people at the grocery store talking, right? People waiting in line at the post office. I hear people behind me talking or in front of me. I heard through the grapevine, 2027 is going to be a turning point. It's going to be a crazy year. It's going to be like a year where stuff is going to either go really good or go really poorly. The economy is going to do really good or really poorly. AI is going to really wield its power or it's going to do something else, It's going to be the snapping point for a lot of people is what I'm saying. Remember how I made a video about how a lot of people they're waiting to snap. They walk around as if they're going to snap. Like one little thing, one wrong move, and they are done. They're lashing out at you and they're like just done. Right? That's what I'm talking about. I heard that 2027, from what it sounds like. Now, I know these are conversations from normal people I've been listening to, but as a chosen one, I do have my own theories. I do have my own, I can see into the future a little bit. Not clearly and as well as I could right now, but it's going to be a snapping point is my whole point here. It's going to be a snapping point for a lot of people. Young people, old people, companies. People are going to say, whoa, what is going on? And they're just going to snap. Companies are going to change the way they do things. The economy is going to do something that, it's going to change the way it's running. People are going to be like, why are we overpaying for everything these days? And they're going to do something. Like I said, people are going to snap in 2027. It's almost there. We're going to get into that point next year sometime. I guarantee it. And my whole point here about talking about this is that, look, 2026 is almost over. And as time goes on, this is the truth. It's going to get worse. People are going to get worse. The energy is going to get worse. People's frustration. Remember how I talked about prices aren't going down? Prices are going up. And for a lot of people out there, I specifically doesn't really bother me, even though yes, it is a pain to overpay for things, even where I live. But to the average person, that can ruin their whole day. their life revolves around that sometimes. What do you think is going to happen when normal people just snap because they're like, why am I paying for all this expensive just to live? Right? Normal people really, really care about that, okay? That's all they talk about, too, a lot of the time. Nothing is going to get less expensive. People are going to get more and more frustrated, more and more angry. And a lot of it has to do with their money. You know, they don't see the spiritual. They don't see the other side of the veil. People, men and women, I heard there's a lot of relationship problems going on right now. There's a lot of, I'm not too familiar with this, but they're calling it there's like battles between genders, I heard. There's people going through like loneliness problems, I guess you could call it. I heard there's battles between genders, like then you have all these extra like added in, throwing all these extra things in, like red pill, blue pill, black, whatever. What do you think is going to happen when people look at each other and are like, enough is enough? We're not getting anywhere. And here's the thing, chosen. You're chosen. You are blessed. Even if you feel like you're stuck in a rut, it's for your own good. You are making progress. I promise you are making progress. Take it from me. I'm here to tell you you're doing just fine. But the pressures from other people and the environment and society, they're going to snap. They're going to make their problems your problems. They will be more than happy to do something, to act out, to make you act out, to get you arrested and you thrown in jail. Look how people drive out here these days. People are more than happy to hit your vehicle on purpose. They don't care. They'll ram into your car, not even hit the brakes. And if it's their fault, they don't care if their insurance pays for it, because they were just so frustrated and upset in the moment. This has happened. A real talk. I've heard about this. It happens. And they're just glad that they got like the payback on somebody for whatever driving they did to them, right? Cutting them off or something, right? Or if they hit you and it's your fault, or you hit somebody and it's your fault, for example, they'll be more than happy to sit there with their hands out, collect. Yes, we got this person down. You look like you're doing fine. You're so calm. You're so composed. You don't rush anywhere. You have this calm spirit about you. Your aura is intimidating, but people are drawn to the aura anyway. All right, let's get you. Let's see if we can take you down. You look like you're doing too well here. You're too happy. You're having too much fun. That's what people think, right? That's why people say don't have too much fun, or don't work too hard, right? Some people say that because they genuinely want you to take it easy. They don't want you to put the job. They don't want you to take the job as, too seriously, which is good. But there are other people who are just like, you're having way too much fun. You're way too happy for me. I can't handle it. They want you to be miserable. Misery loves company. And so they'll be more than happy to say, hey, that chosen one right there. They don't know you're chosen, but they can sense. They'll say, hey, that person right there. Let's bump into them. A cashier will say, all right, your total is $15.52. You hand them a $20 bill. You handed me a 10. No, I gave you a 20, I'm pretty sure. No, you handed me a 10. People will do that. Or when I used to be a cashier, people would do that to me. They'll say, I handed you a 20 when they handed me a 10. So I had to open my drawer. My cash drawer, which you're not supposed to do. I got in big trouble for doing this, but I remember I opened my cash drawer and I showed the person, I have no 20s in here, my friend. There's no 20s in here. And the person was like, oh, okay, we believe you now. Oh, okay, my bad. I'm sorry, my bad. They didn't say that, of course, but, their demeanor changed instantly because they knew they were making a cow about nothing. And by me just showing them and not arguing with them, like, my drawer, here's the drawer. I don't see 20s in here. They panicked. That's what people do. They'll do it to you. And this person, they know they handed me a 10. I mean, they know they handed me a 10. And they just wanted extra money back or something. They thought they could trick me or something. Because, again, they sense the energy. They sense that you're new or you're naive or something. It's not even about being new. This was when I was working there for a while, this grocery store. But, at HEB. But the thing is that they sense your spirit. Like, they think they can pull one off on you. And then the second you handle it and you're like, no. Like, I think we both know what's going on here. Then they immediately, like, they know what they did. They're realizing, okay, this isn't going to work. Because there's a difference between chosen ones. There's a difference between making a mistake and pretending like you're making a mistake. There's a difference between rolling through a stop sign and coming to a complete true stop. Right? You don't roll through a stop sign and say, I stopped. Right? The police will laugh at you. Right? And write you a ticket right there. No, if you really... a stop sign, you go to a stop sign, you make a true stop, right? There's a big difference between saying I stopped and like rolled through really slow. That's what people will do. They think that stopping is the same thing as rolling through one. And so they try and get one over on you, right? They think that, okay, I'll make it look like an honest mistake, but the reality is that there's a difference between making a mistake and pretending to make a mistake. And a lot of people know that, you know? A lot of people know that. But they do it anyway because you're chosen. They do it anyway because you're a nice person and you have good energy, you know? And they want some of it, you know? And they think that, oh, it won't matter, you know? This person's having too much fun. This person is too calm, too peaceful. So, anyways, guys, like, people think that, yeah, they think that you won't notice when they pretend to care about you, right? But the truth is you do notice, and you know that people do not care about you, okay? I know that's harsh, but it's the truth. People do not care. They pretend to, they'll act like it, they'll fake it, they'll shake your hand, they'll say, so good to see you, you know, catch up later. They don't want to see you ever again if they say that. Because you're chosen. They don't want to see you. They don't like you. They genuinely don't like you. In fact, when they ran into you, they were walking there and it ruined their day running into you. So now they're going to try all these theatrics, try and cover up that their day was ruined. In other words, they're going to brainwash themselves. They're going to gaslight themselves into thinking that, no, my day wasn't ruined. I'll just pretend it never happened. Reality is that running into you shook them to the core. Running into you, they didn't know how well you were doing, even though they didn't know how well you're doing or how good, in high spirits you're doing at least, when you could be going through the biggest battle of your life right now. Right? They were expecting you to show it. If you were going through a rough time, they wanted you to look like it. But they run into you and you're shining bright like a star. And now you ruin their day. Or maybe they ran into you and you actually are doing really good. You're successful. You got the job, right? You're doing well. You have a community with other chosen ones. Or you found your journey on the path of light is going exactly how the universe is wanting it to go for you. Okay, if you're a chosen one watching this and that's your case, they run into you, they're jealous. Because you're actually doing really, really good. And they're not. They have to pretend like it. They have to buy a nice car to fake it. They have to post on their Snapchat every 5 minutes. They have to go to Starbucks, buy a drink, and hold the drink up in front of 20 people in public, take a picture to show everybody that they're doing so good, they got their coffee fix. Ooh, another $6, right? $7. That's what they gotta do to feel good, to make it look like they're doing good. Deep down inside, they want to punch somebody. They want to punch you, chosen one, if they run into you. But they can't. But if they would, they could. You know, if you were in private, if you were in a dark woods with somebody who hated you, and there was nobody around, no cameras, no cell phones in your pockets, you were in the middle of nowhere, by a steep gorge, you know, with lots of land shifting and vegetation. Oh, without a hesitation, they would push you over the edge just because they don't like you. You got to be very careful. That's why you have to be very careful with people you hang out with. Very careful with how you spend your time. Chosen ones, I'm serious. This video is serious. As like I said, as it gets closer and closer to 2027, it's going to get worse and worse. People are going to become unhinged. You're going to see things you never thought you'd ever see before. You're going to witness things you never wanted to witness. You're going to hear things or see things replay in your life that you thought you would never see again. You're going to see things that happened in your childhood play out in real life in public. And it's going to trigger you. You're going to be like, oh, I remember this happened when I was a kid. And then you're going to have to go through that again. You know, processing it though. You know, calling up those memories. Because it reminded you got triggered, right? Trauma stored in the body. It's really hard to get out. It can be done. Don't worry, it can be done. But it takes years. So, chosen ones, that's what we're up against. That's what's going on. Okay? People don't care about each other and they don't care about you, as you know. So, as time goes on, you got to be more and more careful. You got to be more and more aware. Because it's not going to get better. Not trying to be pessimistic here. I sound pessimistic, I even sound cynical, but it's the facts, it's the truth. You need to know the truth. And so, I'm just going to leave it there.